You don't actually need your bar to start with. You've got your feet roughly about hip distance apart. So when we say hip distance apart, you would be heel towards the instep, and then you turn your toes to point forward, and that's roughly hip distance. So where the hip bone sits. But if you feel a wee bit more comfortable with your feet wider, then please do that, whatever's comfortable for you. So your feet are just going to start with a foot pedal. So 1, then 2, 1, and then 2. Getting some movement into the ankle. If you get any swollen ankles, swollen legs, then this move can be quite good for that. Okay, both heels down, then bring it forwards and then back, forwards and then back. So as you're doing this, I'm just kind of rounding through the spine a little bit. Exhale as you come forwards, and then inhale as you go back. There we go. And you're just loosening off into the shoulders, rounding through the spine a little bit as well. Perfect. Let's go back to that foot pedal. This time you can add the arms forwards and back. Forwards, then forwards. Good. So just moving through the ankle, moving through the foot and the toes. 4 more. And then hands out wide. Let's go for that final flexion again. So forwards, then back. Forwards, then back. Good. So remember, if you feel that you're a wee bit more comfortable having your feet wider, then please do that instead. This time, with the foot pedal, arms can come up over the head. So there, then there. There, then there. Keep that going. There, then there. That's better. You can see you a bit better now. And then one last set of your flexion, coming forwards, then back. Forwards, then back. So let's open out the chest just a little bit more for this one. Let's go for 4 more, then 3 more, then 2 more. Now have the hands down by your sides. Let's reach down, then up, down, and then up. So don't worry about going too far on this one. It's just starting to get a wee bit of movement into the lower back. 2 more. And then the arms are going to come up here, and you're just going to rotate round, then centre, round, and then centre. Just a little bit. Thinking about the shoulders turning. Obviously, the further on, the less you'll rotate. Hold it there, hands wide. Taking it across, then back, across, and then back. Arms are nice and loose. And do you feel like a ballerina? Do you feel like the nutcracker? Or the swan? Good, keeping it there, bringing it across the chest. So over, then back, over, then back. So that's your upper body, nice and mobile, nice and moved. 2 more. Last one. Now drop the hands by the side. Take the focus towards your feet. Now if you can bring the heels together and the toes turned out, you want the toes, if you're looking down at a clock face, you want the toes to be roughly between 12 and 1 and 11 and 12, roughly on the clock. So they don't have to turn all the way out. When you do this, and when you lift up tall, you'll probably feel your glutes start to work straight away. If it's uncomfortable being here, step your feet a little bit wider so your heels are about hip distance apart. So that's fine to do that as well. So if you find that you're off balance, or it's just uncomfortable, maybe round the hips or at the under part of your bum, then just step the feet a wee bit wider instead, that's fine. So I'll come into this position here, and we start with a plie. So all you're doing is keeping the heels together and bending the knees, and what you're thinking about doing is, now this will be quite tough for you, is sliding your back down a wall so that your tailbone drops down towards the heels, as opposed to sitting back. So this is what we want to avoid. You want to stay up nice and tall. That's it. If you find that it's too painful through the lower back, then just sit the bum back a wee bit. That's totally fine to do that. Because your lower back muscles are already tight. So if it's causing too much tightness, sit the bum back a wee bit more. Okay? This time, let's do 1 plie, 1 reach down, and then 1 plie, 1 reach down. And again, 2 more. Last one. My glutes are working already. Hands coming up. 1 plie, and then 1 rotation. Just a little twist to the sides. And twists. There. And twist. Last one. Now 1 plie, then the arm goes across to the other. Over, then back. it across, over, then back. So you get lots of movement, lots of mobility in this class for the shoulders, for the spine. Good. This time do one plie, take the hands across the chest, there and then back. Plie, there and then back. 2 more. Last one. Now we're going to change the position. So you do a plie here and then step wide, there, and then in, there, and then wide, there. So this is your first position. This is your second position. So make sure you're still bending both of your knees. So it's not here and it's not like a lean to the sides. So your middle, weight stays middle as you step out. So in and then out. Let's go for 2 more. And then we're going to do the other leg. So I'm going to shift that just now. So in, first position and then seconds. So the standing leg, because that leg's staying still, you should start to feel the glute working in that side. So there, and then wide. Remember, if you want to, you can have the feet apart in that first position, and you've got a space. Just depends how your back and your hips feel with that one. Last one, in, and then out. Well done. Okay, grab your chair, if you've not got it already, and you've got your heels together, toes turned down. Please take your feet wide if you prefer, and we're going to start with your first position and your pulses here. So you drop down, 3 more, 3, 2, 1, then step out wide, pulse there. So knees are out, lengthen through the spine, then back in, let's go again. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then step out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, step in, and again. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, step it wide, last one. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This leg here goes forwards, then sides, then back, then sides. And again, so your standing leg is the one you're going to feel working most. If you need to shake it off at any point, then that's fine. So, point through the front of the boots, big toe comes down towards the floor. That's it, one more time. So forwards, then sides, then back and side. This time we're going to lift the leg. So you go forwards, then sides, then back, then side. So it's just a little lift off the floor, not too high. Sides, then back and side. Let's do that 2 more times. Are we okay? Give me a thumb if you're alright. Give me a this if you're confused. Forwards, then sides, then back. This time bringing the heels in together. You lift. 1, 2, 3, then 4. 1, 2, 3, then 4. So that standing leg should be working now. Is there any burning happening yet? Just a touch, just a touch. There, out, there, then in. Good. So let's go for 2 more. And then your last one. Perfect. Bringing the heels together. Let's step out wide. Turn to face the bar, and you're coming into a lunge position. Now, if you have any pain in your lunge position, pubic pain, hip pain, you would just stay out and do the move here instead, okay? So we're going to start with a single lunge. Down, then up. Oops, sorry, music's going to change. I forgot this one stopped in between. I forgot that one stopped. Okay, so back heel's going to stay off the floor. You've got your bar for balance. We're not tipping forwards. We're still trying to stay up nice and tall. So moving as close as you need to. And then coming down and up. Down, then lift. Down and up. So back knees dropping down towards the floor. See how that feels. Go for 4 more. Then 3 more. Then 2 more. This time, do 1 lunge. The front heel lifts up, then down. Front heel lifts, up, then down. So the ball of the foot stays down. Can you see what I'm doing there? Move it. So there, and then lift. Yeah, down, and lift. Good. down, and lift. 2 more. If you weren't doing this, if you were wanting to do this one instead, you would stay here. Now, from there, bringing that foot in, lift, then lower, lift, then lower. So you do want to tip forward a wee bit here, as much as you feel is comfortable, so you're not squeezing and compressing through the lower back a wee bit. Okay, keep that going. Go for 8 more, 7, 6, 5, almost there, 4, standing legs bend, 3, 2, and relax. Well done. Shake that leg off. Did we feel that on that side? A little bit burning? Perfect. Okay, let's move to the other side. So you're starting in that first position again, and you start with your pulse. So you've got 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then step it out wide. 7, 6, 5. So knees and toes are coming out. 3, 2, 1. Let's go again. 7, 6, 5. The arms are optional. 3, 2, 1. Then wide. I often don't do the arms in the first class because I think it confuses people. Let's go again. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once more wide. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leg in front. So forwards, inside. This move's called a fondu. Inside. And again, the standing legs slightly bent. And remember, if you don't want the heels coming all the way together, you've got them wider. Let's do that again. Forwards, sides. So this leg for me feels like it's already worked. It's like, already. And then this time you're lifting the legs. It's not too high. You lift, heels together, lift, heels together. Back, heels together, side, heels together. So this is called your back small, this one. Then back, and then side. This is a really, really great class for postnatal because it works a lot of those muscles that kind of weaken through pregnancy, or that we kind of find it difficult to strengthen. Really good, really good. Okay, so you're lifting up. So you go 1, 2, 3, then 4. This is your développé. So toe comes up to about the calf, or up towards the knee, wherever you're comfortable. Let's do 4 more of those. So 1, 2, 3, then 4. I've just kept this really, really simple for us today. Not too complicated. Last one. Good. Let's turn to face your bar. Back heel stays off the floor. Move in as much as you can so you're not leaning too far forward. Back knee, drop down, then up. Down, then up. So if you think about here, it's important to lunge, to work those glutes, because you'll be kneeling down and standing up off the floor quite often in a day. Not something that you're used to doing, so it's always good to do. Let's do 1 lunge, then 1 heel comes up, so there, then down. 1 lunge, then heel, up, then down. Lunge, then heel, and that heel just brings in a wee bit more glute work, a wee bit more balance. Lift, then lower. 2 more. Last one. Bringing that back foot in, tip forward just slightly, lifting up, then down. So this one you can tip forwards. As long as you're comfortable in your bump. You don't want to squeeze the lower back, press the lower back too much. Standing leg is bent. Let's go 8 more. Lift, then lower, lift, then lower. We'll do some lovely stretches after this, I promise. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and relax. Well done. I think we've done 8 extra on that side, did we? Shake it off. Shake, shake, shake. Let me just switch this down a wee bit. There we go. How was that one? Did you feel that one in the glutes? Yes, good. Okay, grab your bar, let's have a little stretch off. So we're going to turn to face the bar. You want your hands to be on, and let's turn your toes towards each other. as you do this one. So kind of pigeon-toed, turning your toes in. And from there, I just want you to push the hips backwards and then slowly coming up. And then doing it again, so pushing back. You can do this against the wall. If you feel that your chair's too low, you can stand with your hands against the wall or a table or anything that feels better. We're turning your toes in just to give the hamstrings a wee bit more of a stretch as well. Pushing back and then coming up. Let's go for one more. Good, bringing it up. Let's take one leg. So we want to cross it over, dropping the knee out to the side as much as you can. So you've got a little bit of, you might not see it, but you have got a triangle in there. You might have something in the way of seeing it. Bend your standing leg so that you're stretching the glutes on this side. This one stretches really deep into the small piriformis muscle. And you can also do a lying version, which you won't do at the moment, but a lying version of this where you lie back and your hands go through and you lift this leg off the floor. You might be familiar with that one. That's a really good one to do afterwards. So holding it there and then just bring yourself up. That same leg, taking the foot behind. You want to get both feet flat on the floor. Now this hip will want to turn back, so try and bring it so it faces forwards and then reach the arm up and across. Just a nice side bend and then bring it back over and then doing that again. So take it across, nice little side bend and then back. Try to relax through the shoulders, relax through the hips as much as you can. Last one. Good. And then that same leg comes in front. Now point the toes, taking the arm forwards, reach and then come up. So as you're doing this one, think about reaching forwards, pushing the bum back, relaxing that foot onto the floor so you're stretching the hamstrings. There, and then lift up. Last one. Depends on how big bump is, you can drop down further towards the floor on that one if you want. Let's swap sides. So glutes, take the foot across, let the foot hang over the edge, pull the knee out to the side initially. That will help to open out the hip a little bit more rather than just holding and then coming down. Really pull the knee out and then bend that standing leg to sink down, stretching into those glutes. Oh, it's definitely a tight side, tighter side here. Perfect, and then lift up. That leg goes behind. So feet are flat. Remember this hip will want to turn, so bring it around. Taking that arm up and over, just as much as is comfortable, and then across. Back to where it was, over, and then bringing it back, and then once more. There, and then back. Perfect, bringing that leg in front, reach it forwards, and then up. So I'll do it side on so you can see. So foot's flat, pushing the weight back, there, and then up. If you do want to come down further, depending on where bump is, or how bump is, there, and then lift. Let's go once more. Good. And then just step the feet nice and wide. Take a big breath in. Exhale, and then again, breathing in. Exhale, and then once more. And relax it there. Well done. Give yourselves a big clap.